running away and dropping out of high school, that was that short period of my life. And I went on to find certain successes, right? So obviously, you don't necessarily become a high school dropout runaway and then go on in life and achieve a doctorate.
Mhm.
So there were some successes that I was accomplishing in life, but with the social anxiety, it was not something that I could necessarily capitalize on. So I started a business. I started a web development business, and we would go out and we would network on that. And my business partners would work the room, and I would stand back in the corner. So it was like you have to be able to do these type of things to really get your
Yeah,
businesses to take off. And
absolutely.
relationships were difficult for me. So I went through two marriages. So I've been through two divorces and a lot of lost jobs based off of this confidence issue.
Right.
So like when
Yeah,
I
right. Confidence, or the lack thereof, affects every aspect of your life, like relationship, business, finances, everything.
Mhm. Well, because it's you said this, like you're confident in certain areas, right? And those areas you excel in, but the other ones where you're not confident in,
Yeah,
it's a detriment to you.
right.
It just keeps you from moving forward, and that's where I was at. And so that shift then was in my second um, going through my second divorce. And really, like, if you look at my life, I would go through a divorce and lose a major job at the same time. So I would go through these
Mm,
really high points and then drop down to these really low points in my life.
major hits to your confidence, I'm sure.
Yes. And so the second time when my then wife left and I lost my job, and I was like, okay, why am I always here? Like, I've
Yeah.
done some good stuff in my life. Again, like, I have a doctorate in this, and I've done really well in certain. So why am I always here? It's not that I'm a bad individual, but I wanted to know what that looked like for me. And there was this key turning point in my life was this speaker that said something that just resonated with me in a way, and to this day it still resonates with me. But she said, any success that you find in life or any success that you don't find in life has nothing to do with external circumstances or other people. It has everything to do with you. And I was like, wow, I don't get this because it sounds kind of harsh, but what does that even mean? Like, what does that really look
Oh,
like?
okay. Yeah.
And so me not having the self-confidence, I blamed on so many things, like the
Oh, you did.
how kids were when I was in school and blah blah
Oh,
blah.
really?
It came back to this, like, I blamed the circumstances for why I did not have the confidence
Hmm.
that I really needed to succeed. And it was when I started taking responsibility for who I was and going through this personal growth, which I call personal discovery. Like, the growth piece, you need to discover who it is you want to be. Like, those who lack confidence want to be that confident person. So who is
Right.
it that I want to be? And then who am I
Yeah.
now? And what do I need to do to get to that person? And that was a big shifting point for me, is developing confidence. And we can I'll stop here and let you, if you have questions, but we can
You
continue on
know,
from there.
yeah, I find it interesting because I have this thing that life is a cycle. It will keep coming back to you until you get the lesson. And I'm glad you got the lesson because a lot of people don't. Like they just keep in that cycle of what you were saying. It's these external things. It's everyone else. It's why I can't get to me, this kind of victimhood, which, we've all been there. Like, we've all been in the victim. But once you take accountability and responsibility for your life, that's when things start to change for you.